Alright, ladies and gents, hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Luke and we are going to cover Kaspa's short time frame price action, and of course we are going to try to answer the question whether this is the calm before the storm and we could actually expect altcoin season, which many people actually gave up on. I didn't, but anyways, let's go through it, guys. Remember that this video is not financial advice, and if you are new, consider subscribing, and of course like if you find this video valuable. Now guys, looking at the daily bubbles, well, things are looking a little bit more, let's say, okay. In the last couple of days, obviously market was pretty much shaken out. Most of the retail traders and spot investors, let's say, exited this market, and people obviously gave up on this cycle already, I guess. But I do have a couple of different charts, and of course these are my personal opinions as well, based on the data that are basically a little bit different, guys. Anyways, let's go through ETFs actually right away. Okay, so if it comes to yesterday's ETF inflows for BTC, and of course this video is going to be about Kaspa, but remember that we have to cover everything. Anyways, if it comes to yesterday, we've got 156.8 million of negativity, let's say. However, people purchased through BlackRock 26.2 mil. And if it comes to Ethereum, again these ads, anyways, if it comes to Ethereum as of yesterday, we had 12.8 mil of positivity if it comes to these inflows. Now guys, if it comes to Kaspa's market cap, we are sitting at 2.7 billion USD and ranking is 42. Volume has increased because we're hovering around 100 mil as of yesterday, and if it comes to Kaspa being mined, we are sitting at 89.57%. Now ladies and gents, let's go to something that you have seen in the thumbnail, right? So after months of development, we are thrilled to unveil our DEX for Kaspa. Launch planned for Igra Labs testnet, Kaspa's game-changing L2. Stay tuned. So guys, I'm going to play the demo, okay, so you can actually have a look, right? This is pretty much the same as Jupiter and all of these, decentralized exchanges, but the kicker is that this is built on Kaspa. So as you see, that user that basically posted this is using MetaMask wallet, and obviously you can swap Kaspa, Nacho Kaspa, and many others. This is just example. However, make sure that you check out Zilla Luz, which is that DEX built on Kaspa. Definitely worth checking out, and of course following. Anyways guys, if you want to secure Kaspa, make sure that you check out Tangent wallet, which is definitely much safer way to store your crypto outside of exchanges on which anything might happen. And most importantly, it doesn't support only Kaspa, but it supports many other cryptocurrencies. And of course guys, you can actually swap your Kaspa or whatever for USDT in Tangent app. This is one of my favorite features. Anyways, you can get minus 10% off with my discount code, and you can get minus 5% extra off, and you can find it in the link below this video. Now guys, before we are going to look at TAs, I would like to show you a couple of different things. All right, so BitElite is saying that the highest ever RSI on BTC dominance in crypto history, and a bearish divergence on monthly while being on a historical top. Never in history you saw this. This is a historical opportunity to buy altcoins. Whoever tells you there will be no altcoin season has to go to mental institution. Well, according to this person, dominance is breaking support now, and OT will be falling for 1 year straight. It will fall from 60% to 40s and 30s and cause a massive altcoin season, and you need to hold on, it's happening. Guys, I am definitely not going to tell you that dominance is going to drop for 1 year. Wow, that would be beautiful if all of the altcoins will be basically flying for 1 year. But let's say 2 months will be definitely enough to take the money out of this market, I believe, right? So, well, looking at this chart, of course, this is his little screenshot from the phone. We can clearly see that this monthly RSI's bearish divergence is currently occurring, which is obviously a great thing, and we do have this rejection. But of course, this is also kind of noticed on El Crypto Pro's chart, which is on a weekly, right? So we are in this ascending channel, and we are experiencing another, well, weekly candle now that is currently being rejected. Obviously what you're looking at, this thing in here, was basically this huge massive effect of these mass liquidations due to these tariffs, right, that Mr. President obviously caused, right? Nonetheless, that was, in my opinion, of course, kind of connected with manipulation, whatever. I don't want to accuse anyone. Nonetheless, we have came back to this channel, and from the standpoint of technicals, things are actually looking all right. We are being rejected at the moment, and let's see how things are going to go. Of course, we are going to look at my trading view very soon. Anyways, also this chart posted by Merlin is posting inverse correlation with bullishness for altcoins, right? This is total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin on a 2-weekly time frame. Of course, it's including Ethereum. So guys, cap and handle is a bullish pattern, right? We had this breakout, everybody degenerated into altcoins and everything like crazy, right? Nonetheless, as you can clearly see, guys, we have this retest in here. So based on technicals, everything is okay. Yes, even if we are going to see another, you know, couple of days, let's say, of sideways price action, I believe that this is calm before the storm based on the technicals, of course. And now also another chart, which is a total crypto market cap excluding BTC on a weekly, which is pretty much the same one. Zeus actually is pointing out you know, similar situation that actually occurred in the previous cycle. So he says that you should have full conviction in this. Bags are loaded. I mean, I guess it's him talking about himself. Wahala or Gobbly Town, right? That's funny. Feels like something is cooking. So let's have a look what he's talking about. We had this overall downtrend, and yes, we had these pumps. So I believe what we are experiencing so far last couple of months, let's say last year, are these pumps which are still in bear cycle by looking at this chart. Then we had the first kind of proper breakout, right? And we had this sideways price action / liquidations in this area in here, and then proper alt season. But notice in here that we had this huge wick towards the downside, which is COVID-19 mass liquidations. And I don't know if you guys obviously watching my channel for a long time, but I've been mentioning about, you know, what can fuck things up, you know, for BTC and this cycle. This time that would be basically that black swan event, and I guess in this particular case that was Trump tariffs mass liquidations. So now I guess this is moment of truth if we are going to see altcoin season in coming days, weeks. Guys, I really know how it sounds, okay, but based on technicals, you see what's happening, right? I'm trying to stay as realistic as possible. Now guys, let's have a look at a greed and fear index. We are sitting at number 48 neutral for the overall market. And now if it comes to BTC's liquidity, more people are actually longing. So can BTC dip a little bit on a daily? Well, this is definitely not out of the question, because we do have the liquidity that's laying below the current trading price for BTC, and we could dip as low as 94,000 for BTC. I mean, so what? I believe that we are, you know, prone for a breakout towards the upside anyways. Also depends on these you know, treasury drawdowns that they are hopefully going to implement, and this is something that I've been mentioning about a while ago, well, a couple of days ago on the channel. Nonetheless, if I'm going to switch it to the weekly, you can clearly see that we have liquidity above us, okay, for BTC 99k, and that might actually spark the interest for normies, for retails to come back, and after that obviously they are going to be well, hopefully pumping the crypto market back further. And now guys, let's have a look at our beloved Kaspa. So let's put Kaspa in here. Binance Perpetual, the biggest liquidity, and more exchanges Kaspa, and let's switch it right away to 7 daily, shall we? So we've got more people longing our beloved Kaspa now on 7 daily, and these exchanges are Bybit and Binance, right? So obviously they have a lot of liquidity, and the liquidity potentially could get swept towards the downside, right? It all depends when we are going to see that proper drop in terms of Bitcoin's dominance, which we are going to look at my trading view very soon. Now guys, daily is pretty much the same scenario, right? We've got 1.43 million worth of longs, and now also people are shorting the market for Kaspa too with 10x leverage in average. So let's have a look at the heat map for our beloved Kaspa, right? Kaspa, Binance Perpetual. Since I've got it on a weekly, let's keep it on a weekly. Let's see, right? Let's see what's going on a weekly time frame. So for Kaspa, guys, yes, we do have liquidity towards the downside, right? It is very possible that we could see another wick, right? Because you see that happened, right? We had the sideways price action basically in here, and then we had the quick to grab this liquidity back then on 12th of February, right? So this is definitely not out of the question that, you know, this current price action could dip lower to collect this liquidity at 0.09. Now guys, the upside potential on a weekly is 10 cents 9, which is obviously not very juicy. I know that everybody wants, you know, Kaspa to do 10, 20x and all of that, but I believe that we need some strong catalyst for Kaspa, and of course on the top of that, again, that BTC's dominance proper drop. Anyways, let's go to 24-hourly heat map and let's see what's happening for our beloved Kaspa on 24-hourly, and after that we are going to look at trading view. So I believe that on 24-hourly picture for our beloved Kaspa, we could see volatility between minimum of 10 cents 9 and also 0.09. So pretty much the same picture as on a weekly, guys. In my opinion, Kaspa is in desperate search of liquidity. And now, guys, let's have a look at our beloved Kaspa. This is daily. What I'm going to let you know right away is that it would be very, very good if Kaspa would properly close above this level of a resistance, and hopefully flip it into support. But before that, of course, Kaspa is also going to have to firstly battle with this level of a resistance, which is actually being kind of pushed down from. As you can clearly see, we've got lots of confirmations in here on a daily, so this is clear level of a resistance for our beloved Kaspa. Also, daily stochastic RSI is kind of showing us that we are just about to see that overheated level, right? So if we are going to close above it on a daily, which I highly doubt, to being honest with you, that will be very nice, right? So considering the fact that daily at the moment is kind of going towards the overheated level, we are already battling with that resistance. Now it kind of gives me more confidence that Kaspa could go towards liquidity of 0.009. So let's have a look. 0.009, where is this? 0.09 actually, sorry guys. So that will be here. Okay, I believe that it's more likely that Kaspa is going to go towards this level in here, retested as a support, before it's going to actually bounce and make another attempt to smash through this level, because this in general is a very important level for Kaspa to kind of maintain this overall bullish structure towards the upside, okay, ever since its inception. Okay, so if that is going to happen, let's have a look how much in terms of percentage Kaspa can possibly dip. If that will happen, guys, that will be 12% of a downside for Kaspa. Again, I don't want to say that this is going to happen, okay, but this is likely, okay, in order to grab this liquidity. And then of course more people are going to be shorting Kaspa because everyone has PTSD, and then probably gear up towards these higher levels of support, which is going to be what it was, around 10 cents, right? So as you can see, there's another level of liquidity which is currently here at this line, and then obviously we are going to reevaluate. Let me actually delete all of these lines, and let's for now see if Kaspa can actually go towards this level in here. Of course, remember guys that I'm not a magician. Nobody really knows what's going to happen, because of course we could see some black swan event that is going to happen, and then boom, right, everything is going to even lower or even higher, right? It all depends on the news, right? Now guys, as I'm saying, right, even if we are going to dip a little bit lower in here, that stochastic RSI on a weekly is going to kind of properly bottom, and that's going to give definitely much more fuel towards the downside. Okay, so I hope that Kaspa is kind of covered temporarily. And now let's have a look at BTC's dominance, which I also was mentioning before is a very important thing to monitor, because 4 hourly, as you can clearly see guys, 4 hourly is basically doing that continuation of, let's say, that rejection. Basically it didn't even went towards these this bluish line in here, and it already got kind of rejected. So now let's see how things are going to play. But as per Bit Elite chart, I believe that this is the pain for altcoins in general are not going to last for a long time, and that's due to the fact that stochastic RSI is traveling towards the upside. And even if we are going to see a little bit of a more spike on a weekly, we've got what couple of days left until this week is going to close, I mean this weekly candle, and after that we are going to obviously reevaluate of what is going on. And also guys, looking at global liquidity index, if you can clearly see, let me actually zoom this thing out a little bit, right? First of all guys, we still haven't experienced quantitative easing, and quantitative easing is going to be looking like this, right? We've got basically vertical line going towards the upside, and shortly after that we had basically Bitcoin's parabolic stage, right? So we still haven't experienced that. I know that it probably feels like that, but basically these pumps for BTC and overall market like crypto, altcoins and Kaspa are just lower lows in this overall downtrend for a global liquidity cycle, right? So basically we are still in the downtrend. However, you know, every single pump is basically just a little pump in terms of that global liquidity, you know, spikes, right? But overall this is just a downtrend, right? But anyways guys, why do I believe that BTC is going to see another pump, which obviously I'm unable to predict of how much, and of course that's going to push the overall market. I know what I've just said regarding the dominance. Nonetheless guys, more money is coming, okay, because we saw this little pump in here if it comes to that global liquidity, okay, and that was, we had the pump around 10th of February, which was 4 days ago guys. So let's see, let's reevaluate and let's see what is going to happen in terms of this little pump. I mean, if crypto is actually going to reflect on that little pump for global liquidity, and then of course we are going to reevaluate. Guys, thank you very much for watching this update. I hope that you have guys enjoyed, and as always, peace and love crypto.